Hello, it's time for Festival Full of Fears. Last day. We're gonna try to find the goodie bag. Clue. Even the brightest minds would be nothing without a scholarly place such as this. I don't know what scholarly places are in Neopia. What like a school place would be. Yeah, I have no clue where the school in Neopets is. I don't think it's Altador. Because wasn't there like part of Altador where, in like the Altador plot? I don't think it's this. Okay, we're gonna just check on Jelly Neo. Because I'm not feeling it today. So, we're gonna just check. This is in Bright Veil Books. Would not have gotten there. So it's a good thing we did that. Go to Festival of Fears. Goodie bags. Read. Okay, a note in Reginald's neat handwriting is affixed to a bundle of letters recovered from a hidden chamber within a crunching building near Fiora's castle. Although the interior has long been picked clean, completely empty save a few strands of cyan hair, these yellowed papers were discovered lodged in a slim crevice between drawers. Operation Sentinel, Report 1. After several months following a trade of occult tome purchases through less than reputable magic merchants, I've pinpointed the warlock in question. They've been identified as Bertrand Ashby, a spotted hissy with keen green eyes. Unusually lean and tall for a hissy, he has a gaunt face and high cheekbones. Identifying features include two jagged scars, one above his eye, and a purple discoloration on the lower tip of his left wing. Despite initial reports, I don't know this word. Reconnaissance indicates Ashby is simply testing some sort of new teleportation spell amidst a series of isolated cliffs. His camp is situated high up in the mountain range adjacent to the dark forest. While the swirling violent portals he attempts to stabilize are certainly unconventional magic, they don't seem to pose a credible threat, if he even manages to get them working, that is. Report 2. Observation of the warlock over the past few days have yielded nothing but records of more failed experiments. Yesterday morning, Ashby tied a rock to a string and threw it through the portal. Although he retrieved it after several hours, nothing happened. It remained a small, dull, gray rock. Next, he tried a golden ring, same routine, tying the ring to a string and tossing it into the portal for several hours before pulling it back out. He did seem to examine the ring rather closely, but from my vantage point, it seems unchanged, except maybe losing a bit of luster. But what else would you expect from dragging it through the dirt? From the time being, he seems content running experiments and recording his failures in a purple notebook. Despite his repeated portal blunders, the hissy does seem to be a very capable warlock. On numerous occasions, I've seen him successfully cast complex spells to deter curious passers-by. He also lines his personal chamber with security enhancements each night, making it impossible to get a closer look at his notes without being detected. Surveillance will continue now to ensure due diligence, but if no significant changes are observed within the next few hours, it is recommended that we withdraw without interference and conclude these experiments to be harmless, and then useless is crossed out. Report 3. Disregard previous reports. Apprehending Bertrand Ashby should now be considered a top priority. Our initial speculation on the nature of this unfamiliar magic was far off base, and thus the entire assignment needs to be reevaluated to reflect the potential danger these experiments pose. Today started as any other day. Ashby eating the blandest and most unbalanced breakfast imaginable, his eccentric self-musings drowning out the babbling brooks as he paced back and forth alongside it, him selecting yet another item to dangle through the portal. But this time, something happened. The apple he neglected to eat for breakfast was instead chosen to be the subject of today's experiment. I thought nothing of it at the time, but as soon as he pulled it back into view, I felt dread suddenly clutching my throat. Once red and pristine, the apple he yanked through the portal was sickly and turned a dull purple, losing its vibrance. As he reveled over this result and eagerly scribbled new notes into his journal, I realized that the purple discoloration had spread from his wingtip across most of his left wing. Please escalate my concern to Fiora's right hand. This hissy meddling with unknowable magic. This hissy meddles with unknowable magic and delves into uncharted realms without a second thought for what he may unleash upon Neopia. I fear the entire Shadow Fairy squadron could not withstand being subjected to such sinister magic, and urge you to convey my fears upon the chain of command and second reinforcements as soon as possible. Report 4. Our assault began late this evening. Three operatives The three operatives you were able to spare were instrumental in our operation, and I thank you for your swift action. We managed to ambush Ashby, to our horror, finding him in the act of testing the purple portal on a poor needler, wielding dangerous magic I've never seen before. He fought viciously to keep his experiment undisturbed. Although one of our squadron sisters fell to his sinister spellcraft, our blades soon began to overwhelm him. The moment we finally cornered him, backing up against the portal, the swirling tome fell from his back pocket, clattering to the floor. Without hesitation, the mad warlock dove for it, even with the risk he may careen into the portal. Unfortunately for him, I was a hair faster. His appendages only managed to rip off a shred of a single page as I snatched the book away from his grasp. The last I saw of Bertrand Ashby was his piercing scowl as the portal between us flickered before dissipating into nothingness. We searched the hovel, but he left behind nothing but that swirling tome, which, upon further investigation, turned out to be a purple notebook that contained his findings. I have secured the book and sent it directly to Fiora's right-hand man. As I'm sure our esteemed Fairyland artificer would know how to dispose of it. What's the thing? What is the name of the organization the authors seem to be part of? I don't know. Something with Queen Fiora? We're gonna try another trivia question. Who's the author watching? Bertrand Ashby. Cool. If we open this up, these are all the items you get. Magic, this, I don't know where this needler came from. I think the Halloween neg emptying. More of Sophie's elixir we're gonna read. And that is it for Festival of Fears 2025.